Warning, the following podcast is intended for immature dads only. Listener discretion is advised. This is Dad's Game Review, the most casual hardcore gamers around. Reviews and news from every platform. We waste our time so you don't have to.
What's up, kids? Welcome to another episode of Dad's Game Review. Today we have a special lineup for you. And it's the original host, Chris Murphy, along with the second, John Everson. And then, of course, there's Josh, you all know. So our co-host lineup has been like a video game save file. Chris was the first run. John was the New Game Plus. And Josh, well, he's the chaotic speed run.
God damn it.
So,
that's awesome.
I feel like the Spider-Man meme of we're all pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah.
Wait,
there it is. I can point down corner there. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We're playing on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube, guys. You can see all the shenanigans.
So about 15,000 years ago, when Dad's Game Review first started, I listened to an episode with you and Chris, Paul.
Oh.
And it was like an early episode, and it was just like all of your kids were younger, and it just sounded like a Saturday Night Live sketch. It's like, oh, you've been playing any games lately? Oh, not really. You know, it's like with the kids, it's really hard to play games. How about you, Paul? Oh, geez. Well, I want to play this.
Yeah.
Rick.
See you next week.
Yeah, that's, and it was funny because I switched hosts when I moved to California, and I lost like a lot of the original episodes. And there was a clip there was an intro that I had that I clipped Chris out of in the intro. And it was basically him going, I don't have time to finish 1,800 games in a week, you know?
Yeah, not much has changed. My kids got older, but that's about it.
All right, so what's going around the horn? What's going on in our lives? Anything good we need to talk about?
My wife comes back tomorrow after 12 days being gone. It was fun at first, but boy, I got lonely. just a big empty house.
Strewn
And
about
house
the
parties every night at Josh's.
There was nothing going on other than me sitting here playing games, watching shows like I do every day of my life.
You've got to fix that Ming vase before she gets back, Josh.
Oh, gosh, no shit. You saw? How'd you know? A vase broke outside. It was a pot, a flower pot, totally shattered in front of the garage.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, it fell off somehow, but yeah, I'm going to get blamed for it.
Mom said don't play ball in the house.
Right? I got nothing else going on, though. Work has been so slow this week. It's just like dragging. I couldn't wait to get out of there today. It was ridiculous. I had so many cancellations. Everybody's sick right now. They're all COVID sick and flu sick. So it's just like everybody's canceling.
The vid. It's making a comeback.
Yeah, it's cool to see vid coming back. It's kind of like, you know,
bring it back. Nostalgia, man. Nostalgia. 2020 and nostalgia.
It's hot. You know,
I remember when
you can sell old versions of vid alpha now for like
right. You're like, I have the Delta variant, you know.
Yeah. Well, Delta's still pretty new. Oh, shit, my dog is trying to put his tongue in my mouth while I talk.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Chewy, come here. Chewy, come here. Come here.
I'm gonna have to check off the explicit button when I post this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He wants to bite me.
Yeah, we
Hey,
have
see
dogs
the dog?
in our arms.
You see the dog?
Look,
You're gonna bark at the screen now, aren't you? Okay, get
Something
out of here.
happens when
Look,
they
Get out
dog.
of here. I love you. Stop.
Yeah, this is Dogs Game Review, where we just play,
We compare dogs.
Yeah, overall, I like Ball. Ball's pretty good. I
Top
think Blue
five.
was my favorite.
Top 5.
What was funny was that when I first moved here in 2021 or 22, like everybody was wearing masks, schools were closed. And I remember when I left, I was like, did COVID come back? Like, because in New York, you remember how, Chris, in New York, when COVID, like the mayor of New York City was like, yeah, we're not making any money anymore, so everything's open. You know, it was like,
Yeah,
just
all
like
of a
that.
sudden it was just like a switch. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, everything's open now. We're not making money. So we moved to California. People are still like masking up, and kids are still home from school. I'm like, did it come back? And they're like, what? I was
No,
like,
they're
New
just
York's
taking it
wide
seriously.
open. Yeah, I'm like, New York's wide open now. They're
Yeah,
like,
so it's showing up again. It's not killing as many people, but it's still out there. It'll still make you sick as shit. So just be careful, guys.
Yeah, yeah. I caught the new vid variant recently. It's not as good as the old classic ones, but the
Yeah.
graphics are great.
Yeah.
Next gen. You don't get sick as much, so that's nice.
Oh my
How's
God, my
how's
dogs are
work?
howling.
How's work with the mouse, John?
Working with the mouse is good. I will say this. It's yeah, it is fun. I did work with the mouse literally
Yeah.
this week.
Oh, nice.
And I was we have we have a motion capture system that we use that basically just captures your movements with a set of cameras, so you don't have to wear a suit. And so I got to dance around as a rodentious mascot of a major corporation.
Wow.
And It was really fun. It was really fun.
That's
And
What an
good.
honor.
yeah.
What an honor.
Yeah,
Right?
it was an honor, honestly. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun. And it's like, oh, I get to finally use my theater degree. And so
Yeah, my
that
wife
was
and
fun.
sister-in-law who just came back from Disneyland would think you're the coolest.
I hope so. I
Yeah,
really
totally.
hope so.
Just that's
Yeah.
the goal. That's the whole thing.
But like when you're doing like motion capture for like performances, like sometimes you have to put your head in a weird position and you have to have your head like tilted upwards so like the character looks correct. And someone was like, "How did you do that so well?" And I'm like, "My first acting teacher at Stony Brook University. She was a refugee from
Brook.
North Korea,
Oh
and she
wow.
was like, "Eyes of God, keep your eyes on God. No, up there, keep your eyes there. Do not move them." And yeah, and solid as a rock. It stayed with me. So
Very
I didn't
nice.
know
go.
you were a Stony Brook alum. Now so the
I'm
next
a
two
Stony
of
Brook
us.
alum. Yeah, no,
Yeah, nice.
I kept
And your
it on the
sister.
island. Yeah,
Right?
my sister's also an alum. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
a double major. I was a single major because I am the underachieving little brother.
There's always one. There's always one. I
There can only
always
be one.
I always
The
say
Highlander.
that to people when I describe my six brothers and sisters, and I say there's two commercial airline pilots, two doctors, and one self-made millionaire, and then there's me.
It's like you got the Pokemon card game, you got
And
the pack of 10, and it's just like 9 of them are ultra
yeah,
rares, and then
that's
it's like, oh, it's my 7th Paul.
yeah, and I hate Thanksgiving.
So
So
I want to hear about our new friends' gaming tendencies, stuff they like, what they've been playing lately, that kind of stuff. Since we're having them as guests here.
I mentioned in the group chat, I've been playing a lot of He Is Coming, and hold on.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a basically a demon lord that is going to come after a certain amount of time, and it's kind of like a survival game where you have to pick up items, build like it's essentially a deck building game where you have to build like the correct items to power yourself up to fight the
Just
boss.
to survive him coming.
Yes, to survive
Gotcha.
him coming,
Hmm.
and he always comes.
Well, good. I mean,
And so that's what really counts.
fantastic title
it's
for what looks
it,
like a crap game.
it's great. It's right up my alley. Because it's like one of those games that you can pick up and put down. You can play it for like 3 minutes, get through one session, and be done. And so
And
it's
has
very
Intellivision
lightweight.
graphics, and you love that.
I do. I do love
Yes.
I do love the retro graphics, and the music is great. And I just got an achievement of beating like one of the areas like on like hard difficulty, and it's like 0.9% of Steam players have gotten it.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been
That's pretty
coming a
cool.
lot, and He Is
Wow.
Coming, and it's been great.
Fantastic. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I guess as the token Nintendo fanboy guy, I've been playing Donkey Kong Country like a good boy,
Country or Bonanza?
Bonanza.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it's amazing. It does look kind of
No,
fun.
it is. When I first saw it, I was kind of like, I've never been a Donkey Kong guy, and I was
Yeah,
kind of
me
like,
either.
okay, so whatever. And then I played a demo, and I was like, oh, there's something to this. And then I played it, I got it, and I played it, and it was honestly fantastic. Like I came in with my expectations super low, which I think helped, but it like exceeded them. Like it was great. It was a really fun game. It
People
was
said-
like
okay.
People have said it's the Super Mario 64 of Donkey Kong. So
yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Honestly, like the Odyssey team I think is the ones who made it, and you could tell because it's kind of like has a lot of those like mechanics and feel to it. But
Right.
I honestly think it's even better than that.
Well, yeah, I didn't mean like because that's old, but I just meant like it's the first like 3D venture into this series, right? There's no because I did Donkey Kong
Yeah, it's
Country
always
Yeah,
been a
before that.
side scroller. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So and that was the first
Yeah.
entry was the Mario 64. You know,
Or as
25
Josh
years
calls
ago.
them,
Yeah.
Josh calls them go right games.
Go Right games are indie platformers. What are you talking about? No, that's true. Actually, Donkey Kong was a Go Right game technically, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today, we played a co-op horror this week, proving that teamwork makes the screams work. Thank you. I have plenty of those.
Wow. Did you think of that?
And the most, yeah. And
Did
the most,
AI write that? Did AI
That's
write
it.
that?
No, I wrote that. God damn it.
Did you guys listen to the podcast last week when Paul switched into I'm reading AI mode?
No, I did
Oh,
not.
is that what
Oh
that
my
was?
God. Yeah, last week was just a mess and Paul was just stoned off his rocker, but it's this funny point when he goes to talk about the game Skate and he switches into like
Yeah.
AI reading mode and it becomes real like formal and everything. It was funny.
Yeah, it sounded
Anyway,
like broadcasts.
it sounded like he was
Yeah.
he's like a
Yeah.
broadcaster
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what I think, folks.
I mean, you got the voice.
Because, listen, I was in pain. And I had a drink with THC in it. And it was 100 milligrams.
You know your
No.
limit.
No, I only drank 25 milligrams.
Still, you said that ruins
Dang.
you.
Oh my gosh.
My wife calls me 10 milli Paul.
The
Because
people
that's all
listening
I
to this
can-
are the stoners listening to this are like 25 milligrams.
Yeah, that's because I usually 10's my limit, 10 that's why Dina calls me 10 milli Paul. And I did 25 unknowingly, and I just was online and we were talking and I was just like, so like everything was just like this long pause that I thought everything was going swimmingly until I heard it the next day. I was like,
Overall, I thought Skate was great. I didn't care for the dry mouth, but otherwise,
Yeah.
great game.
I was like begging him for details. Tell me something about the game. Anyway, but I do want to say, John, your show that you came on, you're guesting with us a couple weeks ago, whatever. What was it? I can't remember what it was on. Oh, After Dream.
After Dream. That was
We
great.
got-
oh yeah.
I really believe that we did a good show with that one. And so when I believe we do a good show, I'll promote the hell out of it. But we got 3 times the audio listens we usually do, and we got 5 times the video watches we usually do on your episode. So, sir, you are that's just Paul every other episode. No, it was really like we all actually played and finished the game, and everybody had insightful stuff. We even got picked up by the developer of the game and reposted and shared, and so that kind of blew up our audio listens on it as well. So a fantastic show, and when I believe in the show, I will promote the shit out of it. So got a good one coming here with Little Nightmares, right, guys?
Yeah. So, what is it? So, I noticed right away, like the graphics. I mean, it was
Would
right
we
off the
like
bat.
to take a step back?
Oh,
and-
okay.
Paul, where's your Wikipedia page?
Yeah, where's
Oh yeah,
Little Nightmares
read your
is a
thing.
game
Read
developed-
it. Read the.
It's
We're waiting.
Little Nightmares 3 is a puzzle platform horror adventure video game developed by Supermassive Games and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment for Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, PlayStation, blah, 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 blah. It follows the first 2 Little Nightmare games.
Okay, and so that's what makes this one
That's
different.
what Wikipedia-
So
yeah.
I can't. I'm so stupid. I didn't write the name of the original developer down. But now this is picked up by Supermassive Games.
Treju or something.
And I want you guys to know the old developer has a game called Reanimal coming out that looks amazing.
Oh,
Check
I can't
that out.
wait.
What they're doing, and they handed this off to Supermassive Games. Supermassive has a great history with like narrative games and stuff. Like they've done Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthologies and all that kind of stuff. Great narrative games. But yeah, so they took this, and then Bandai Namco was the publisher. So this is a whole new thing, building on a already established indie series that blew up.
Mm-hmm. And overall, what did you guys think?
Well, what's your history with Little Nightmares? What do you guys know about the series?
So I bought this on sale back when I was living in Long Island, and I just fell in love with this game. Like I just was like, I can't believe this game was $17, and I just started playing it. And I was just fascinated by this whole genre of just like where you're this little kid in a raincoat and you're just like walking through, you're trying to figure out where the heck you are and these super massive fat people and why they want to eat you. And then you are, as the story develops, you're introduced to your supposedly your mother.
What is going on?
So that's
That's like the matron from the first game.
the first one.
Oh,
That was
okay.
her.
It's been so long since I played it. I'm like, what the haunting is that?
And she brushes her hair, and you're just kind of like, and supposedly the story, and I'm just from what I remember, the story of the first one was that your mother, quote unquote, is like a geisha girl, and she's the prettiest one on this ship where she feeds people for whatever reason, and she despises you as her child because you're prettier than her. And so that's why at the end you try to kill her with a mirror. You keep showing her face, and it's very interesting. And then you gain her powers, and it ends there. I don't think they had any anticipation for the second one.
But what made
Uh,
this series special was the unique art style. That's the whole thing that made Little Nightmares Little Nightmares.
and the chefs.
And I was like, they're screaming now. What is going on? The chefs. I remember the chefs. And
That was what blew me away with the first one. There was so many unique characters,
Yeah.
like the
And they were
janitor
impactful characters.
who can't see but he sniffs for you,
Oh,
you
God.
know, and the fat people that are constantly trying to eat you.
I remember the dining room table with all the big guys. It's creepy as hell. You're trying to sneak around this
Yeah.
giant table with all these massive, creepy guys.
So the
Like-
first one blew me away, and I
Me
just
too.
was like, "This was amazing." I mean, at the time I didn't understand the ending, but I kind of like read up on it and followed it. But then they came together. They're like, "We're gonna make a second one," and the second one was just as creepy, and it was the same exact thing, but like there was new people. There was the teacher whose neck stretched and chased you, which was awesome.
That was so creepy.
Oh, and the
Yeah.
creepy kids.
Yeah,
and
the-
old
and the
school.
kids that you would hit on the head with a pipe and they would break like mannequins. You know, like everything was so unique and so like not trivializing, but like not explained. Like how are these mannequins alive? And then
Yeah, there's
you
no
go
talking
in-
in any of them. There's just
Oh
sound
no,
effects. Yeah, it's
not
just
at
sounds.
all, not at all. I mean, and then we come to the third one.
Well, hold on.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
don't
I
go
mean,
there yet. Shush.
so-
Chris. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, so Paul is the one who dragged me into these games. And so I believe if you check the Dad's Game Review archives, we did both of the first two.
Right.
And the second one is incredible. Like it is a massive, I think it is the
Big
high
step up.
watermark of the
Yeah.
series.
Oh yeah.
And it serves as like a prequel to the first one. And you are playing not as Raincoat Girl, but as Mono, who's the guy with the little paper bag over his head.
Yeah.
And that game, you're dealing with like this creepy guy called the Tall Man, and it's just like all these really creepy environments. And without spoiling it, it's got like a real like knife twist of an ending, and it was really fantastic.
The story's
And so-
powerful. It makes you feel something. It's like it's
Yeah.
just an amazing world
And
and
that's
everything.
what games are supposed to
They're
do.
supposed to
right?
make you feel something. Chris, what's your history with Little Nightmares?
So, I could probably have a unique history to you guys because I literally just heard of the game and never played the first one or the second one. And then I watched a walkthrough of the third or most of it, right? So, coming in with like fresh eyes, like with no prior history, like the game is pretty impressive. Like I love the graphics. I love the atmospheric thing of it. I love how they like slowly are revealing like what the monster is as you're moving along and stuff. Like that was all really, really cool to me, but it did seem like, I don't know, there was a lot of walking.
So that's fantastic though, because yeah, you have nothing to compare it to. So
Yeah, exactly.
You can give this from an objective standpoint, whereas everybody else has already been impacted by the first
Yeah.
two being so amazing that we went into
Exactly.
the third one, and now we can talk about the third one. So the cool thing about the setup on these games is that each world has their own unique weird boss, right? There's like 4 or 5 of
Right.
them in each game.
Yeah.
So there's 4 in this one. There's 4 separate chapters, and so we'll just start with the first one. You are on top of like a building, and a giant mechanical baby with a laser eye is chasing you that keeps slamming down its fist into everything. My reaction to that was cool. Yeah, like it didn't really develop into anything. I laughed at the big pudgy arms. I was like, they're so cute. Oh, look at his laser eye. But it didn't have the impact that some of those for an initial boss and world. It just didn't take off from the start for me. What do you guys think?
And I think part of the reason why is what's unique about Little Nightmares 3 is it's got this co-op element more
That's
so than the
cool. That's
previous
cool.
one did. And
Not
the first
couch co-op, which
Yeah,
is
no couch
annoying.
co-op. That pissed everybody off. They're like, I want to sit and play with my family. Nope, can't
yeah,
do that.
no,
Yeah.
kind of the opposite of the Intellivision, right, Paul?
Oh, good God.
Yeah. Anyway, you've got this like co-op element to it. You get to play as characters. Both characters have like unique abilities that are, like one can shoot a bow and arrow, another one can like do wrench things. But I felt like the first level just was like one giant tutorial of like, here are all the things that you can do. Here's an umbrella. Here's how you do this. Here's how you do that. And there's a lot of just sequences where it's like, all right, let's open a door together. Okay, let's push another door. And it's just like transitioning from pushing a door to another sequence. And so it feels like, okay, I'm playing this with my girlfriend. She doesn't play these games. She plays a lot of Candy Crush. It's okay. It's not going to be that hard. First level just felt very tutorial. I mean, the baby's fine. I liked how everyone was stoned. They were all like, they were all 10 millis, easy.
Yeah.
And so like the baby is just like turning everything into stone, which is kind of cool with its laser eye. But
And I felt
I
the other
I
games didn't do that. Like they didn't. I never felt like I
yeah.
was getting an intro into the game. I was thrown into this crazy ass world and go. It just felt
yeah,
like nothing developed into anything in the first boss.
And that was the thing. It was like, so the baby just goes away. And that was
Yeah,
it. There
all of a
was
sudden
Yeah,
it's
it
no
was.
okay. Bye, bye.
Yeah, I was curious. Like, so in the first two, it was not like that, right? Because like
no.
that's what, as an outsider, like it didn't make any sense to me. It was like it built up to like, oh, the big reveal of this baby and stuff, and then it was just like, all right, go in the mirror, you're done.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
it.
that was it.
Nothing
Okay.
Yeah,
happened.
that was it.
Totally didn't need to be
And
treated
you
like a
lose your
tutorial.
umbrella ability later. Like they just like, we're done with this umbrella. And then you can't use it ever again.
yeah. I mean, the game does this thing with like the mirrors, which are like these portals to different sort of worlds, and it kind of turns Little Nightmares into like a series of vignettes.
Yeah.
Whereas the previous games felt like one continuing narrative of like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, we're running from one
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
another.
Like I
And
made it
this
out of
one,
there, but look at what's up in front of me. Like, yeah,
yeah,
totally.
yeah,
And I liked the disappointing part about this was not the graphics. The whole game is gorgeous.
Yeah, it still looks
Yeah,
great.
Graphic-wise,
I don't know if
right?
they got a creative designer with them or something from the original studio, but the game looks like a Little Nightmares. It feels
Yeah,
like
it
it.
looks like Little
totally.
Nightmares, but unfortunately, a lot of it was just background. And I was like, but in the first two, you can interact a lot with the background.
The rooms weren't
Um,
interesting. They weren't you just go from one room to find the hole
and
into
they
the
were
next
like,
room,
oh, this is a
and
cute
Mhm.
room. And then you just kind of like, I guess that's it. There's nothing else in here.
half
And
the
you,
time you can't tell what you can interact with. There were so many times I was like stumped on something that was like I had no idea that was an interactable thing.
yeah.
Awesome. Cool. I've been wandering around for
Like,
20 minutes.
you don't need it to light up or anything. I mean, you
No,
just need
but
it to be like, at least like maybe put a bulb on it or something, you know,
that's
like
just it.
just,
Like the backgrounds were so dull that it like
and
you
dark.
wouldn't think you would,
The
and
game was
dark. You
so
can't
dark.
see anything. I had my brightness up. Like even on stream, I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys. Like I look at my output on my stream and it's just black as hell, and I'm like, sorry, I can't do anything
Yeah.
about it.
It was just, I mean, and I get it. It's made to be dark and dingy and all that, but it's like when you can't see, I mean, then you got to turn on the flashlight, which was useless in my opinion. The flashlight mechanics were
Yeah, they add
useless
that
to
later
me.
on in like third chapter, fourth chapter, or
Yeah.
whatever, and then
Yeah.
it just seems backwards.
And the puzzles weren't really challenging. They were just kind of like, oh, okay. So I got to
It
go over
did
here
not
and
look
throw this.
challenging at all. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, I just watched it, right? So
Right.
I don't have a leg to stand on, but it did not look challenging at all. It looked like the minimal amount that you need to do to not be a walking simulator.
Right.
The challenging part was figuring out what the hell you were even supposed to do. That was the challenge. That's what took time and trying to figure out is like, I don't even know what I can do here. What should I do?
Right.
Like
How
it,
many
it
how
Yeah.
many
wasn't.
puzzles did you overthink on this game?
Oh, totally. By the
Because
time I looked at the guide, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, that's it. What?
yeah, I like we talked about chapter one. Chapter two feels like more like a traditional Little Nightmares game, where you've
Right.
got like the spider lady on her little wheels, and that felt like okay, this is a typical Little Nightmares villain. You got to hide from her and all that. But so many times I was just like, like I was like, no, the solution is just to wait.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one where you're just supposed to stand there for a while, and that was
Yeah,
like, and then
Yeah,
I
something
was
that was
happened.
it.
I'm like, are you
How was
serious?
I supposed to freaking know? I'm just standing. I'm like running around trying to figure everything out. No, you just wait, dying over and over.
The way that it was presented though, like with Little Nightmares 2, it was like, okay, this is the boss for the scene. They don't just go away like the baby. And it's just like like I was like, oh, okay, so I guess the spider lady, which to kill it, you just run away from it. And then like I don't know, I was just so like
I felt like she was the
just
most forgetful. Like the baby at least was
oh
kind of
yeah.
cool, giant, skyscraper baby with laser eyes, sweet. But she was just some spider librarian or something, and like the level, I can't even remember details on the level because weren't we just climbing around some building or something like that? It
It
was not.
It was
feels
like the
like
candy
yeah.
factory with all the
Oh, the
lollipops.
candy factory. That's what it was
Oh yeah.
called. Oh yeah, and then they
Yeah.
drop lollipops everywhere that you can interact with for no freaking reason.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
that would confuse me
why
too,
do they
was
have all
the
these things dropped on
lollipops.
the ground that you can interact with? They don't do anything. They
Yeah.
don't.
I was like,
It's
do
the
There's no
Unreal
point.
Engine. It's just like well, you
They're
can
like,
just
ooh,
do
I can
it.
pick it up. Check it out. I can pick it
Great.
up.
No, it's a fully breathing world. If there's a
That's
lollipop in there, you can pick it up,
It's
and
amazing.
you
Well,
can
they
do
got so
nothing
mad at
with
those
it.
people complaining about not being able to kick chickens in some game. They're like, oh, we got to
Yeah,
make everything interactable, I guess. Pick
yeah.
up your lollipops.
You know what cracked me up was this one puzzle when you were in the carnival, and it was you had to shoot, or you had to have your partner shoot with the arrow, like it was like whack-a-mole, but they like stood up, and you had to like have him shoot with his arrow, but you couldn't hit the crudely drawn kids on it. Like it took me like a good, I'd say, 20 minutes to finally figure out which ones I'm supposed to hit and what it did. And when I was done, that was it. I got a
Yeah.
trophy. And I
What
was
I
just
hated
like,
was the auto targeting. The auto targeting is supposed to like there's a part where bugs are flying into the room, right? You remember that part? I
oh,
died
yeah,
over and over on that shit because I'm running around waiting for him to auto target because you can't manually target anything.
right.
And they're diving down and killing me before the auto target even pops up. So finally I realized stand freaking still, don't move, wait till they come near me, and then you can pop off your auto target. But it never worked right for me, the auto targeting, and I was getting
Yeah.
really frustrated. But there's only a few moments you actually have to fight anything, so it's
My,
whatever.
my favorite moment of like what that's a feat that's like a thing you can do in the game was
Yeah.
you have to do like a duck slide in the second area and like also like let's talk about your companion. Your companion is like has obviously played the game before because they're like, no, we got to start walking, buddy. And it's like, oh, okay, geez, Dad, okay, I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
do what you want me to do.
Constantly calling him over.
Half the time I wish they would have done more though. Like it got annoying when I'm standing there, I don't have a freaking clue to do, and they're just standing there looking at you. Like do something, like hint towards where we're supposed to go, like in
Yeah,
Uncharted or something like that. When you do that in Uncharted, they give you a clue, or in other games. And
such a weird costume too.
sometimes the NPC runs right to the thing they're supposed to do. They're like, come on over here. And other times
Like
it's just standing there like, I don't know what to do either. So
such a weird costume too. The mid-century Italian medicine doctor with the horn on his face or whatever that is. I don't know if you know what I'm talking
The
about.
plague doctor. It's
Yeah, the plague
doctor.
doctor. Yeah, that was an actual outfit from whenever they thought plagues were cured by.
When they thought plagues were a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, now we don't believe in them. It's good.
Remember
Yeah.
that when plagues were funny?
You're not gonna play the Remember When music?
Oh no, that's for when we go over our news in the. You mean
I
this?
see. There it is. Yeah. Man, plagues were something else back then.
Right?
Black Plague wiped out a third of Europe. Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing. Then that's a good kill death ratio right
That
there.
is a good KD ratio for sure.
Yeah.
that's-
So we move on from Spider Librarian to the only
The
one that I thought was kind
Carnival.
of redeeming here. And we go to the carnival and we have like the puppet. I don't know his name, the puppet master dude.
Oh, yeah, the guy
that's
in the
got the little
puppet.
demon puppet.
yeah, yeah.
So my
Also
disappointment.
not hard.
Yeah,
Also-
my disappointment here is the fact they didn't develop the carnival idea more. Can you imagine if they took the Little Nightmares art style and themes and did a carnival style of horror?
Right.
They didn't do shit in this.
They
They had
didn't
a
do
bunch of
anything.
fat guys just standing
Yeah.
like bouncers.
I felt like the fat guys were like a cameo. Like, okay,
And there's
I
like three or
see.
four of them just pop up and then that's it. And then there's nothing.
Like a
All you're
movie
doing is going.
studio.
You're just going
like
from room to
combine
room.
something. Yeah, like a movie studio. Like, okay. I know I told you guys you'd be in the third one, but
Yeah.
turns out you have no lines.
What
Right.
happened is, do you know what happened? There was an article about this. all the fat guys between Little Nightmares 2 and Little Nightmares 3, they started taking Ozempic, and then like they're ready, they're on the casting couch, and then it's like, no, guys, you don't have the right look for this anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. It was different people. Gotcha.
It's all different.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they had
they
to do
lost too much weight.
CG.
They couldn't be called back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, what'd you think of the third one with the Puppet Master?
I honestly thought he was the coolest one.
He was the coolest one.
I loved when
Really?
like the first time it like he like popped off and like just climbed on his arm. I was like, oh, like he's
Little demon.
connected.
I hated
Like,
the
yeah, I
noises
was like-
though. The noises he made were so annoying.
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
he's just
like, I was watching it with my daughter and she was like, I can't stand that noise.
I
It's so
can't
bad."
take the noise. It's the most horrible, and he just repeats it. It's on a loop. It's not anything like it really changes.
Yeah.
It's this horrible. Some idiot made a noise into a microphone. They're like, "That's it, right there."
Yeah.
You got it. It's gold. Go.
But the rest of the level
Um,
was just going from room to room to room. It was nothing was happening in any of the carnival level except for the puppet master would pop up every now and then. You'd watch him do something with his little demon head. You'd sneak by him and you'd move on, and then you just escape in some big balloon and fly off, and it's over. And it's very anticlimactic, and it didn't become
Yeah.
much. And it just, I don't know.
And to be honest with you, I thought the last boss was the most entertaining. I thought it was the most reminiscent.
Really,
of
I don't even know what the hell the
Nightmares.
last boss
You mean
was.
It was
Mr.
just-
Mr. Infinite Limbs or what?
I
don't
called him
know.
Uncle Phil, but you know, you do you. Because he looks like an uncle who comes to the party uninvited, drunk. You know, just like, yeah, so I told Jimmy Fallon that, you know.
But I just
What
didn't
was
get
Phil,
the character.
we can't use those words anymore. That's it. I'm gonna just slither from room to room with my long arms and feet.
with eyes on them.
That's the level, is just trying to figure out ways around his massive limbs that are in every corridor of this building. And that's
Which
I don't,
sadly was the most creative part of the whole game.
it was creative, but it wasn't really that entertaining. Like I got this is when I almost rage quit.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I
so
texted you right before I finished it.
I'm gonna warn everybody right now that's playing that so they don't waste 45 minutes like I did. There's a glitch in the fourth world that happened
Oh,
to
let's
me.
go into glitches.
Happened to me repeatedly. Okay, so you have this doll that you come across that creates a aura around you that shows the past, and it's like a light. It's like a light aura around the doll, and as you move
Yeah.
around, it shows the past, so you can cross bridges that weren't there and stuff like that. But the problem was what glitched out is when you sit down the doll, it's still supposed to have that aura there, so you can go and flip switches and stuff like that. When I was sitting down the doll, the aura would shrink to almost nothing, so it wouldn't show the switches I could flip and everything. And so there was this one part where that whole thing was having to flip a switch, and I could not. I Googled everything. I was
Yes.
like, why is my aura shrink like every time I put the doll down? It doesn't show the guide doing that. I'm like, I was flipping out, and I wasted. And then what happened is finally, after 2 resets of the game, it worked right. But then we head down the hall, and your NPC is supposed to throw a light bulb or a fuse over
Oh, yeah. That
no.
drove me insane.
She just kept throwing it into the wall over. And so
Yeah.
what I did, I had to restart the game again and go back. And guess what wasn't happening again? My light was
Yeah.
shrinking again. So I raged. Like after an hour of trying to get past this one little section, I was like so ready to quit the game. But right after that is the boss. So it was whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to look that up too, and the AI response was like, once you get to middle age, your aura will shrink a little bit, and that's
Oh, that's what it was then. I am
Sounds
44.
like-
So
genetics.
yeah.
But my flashlight didn't work on like chapter 3.
What do
And
you
I was
mean?
like,
They wouldn't turn on?
yeah, so I just was like, oh, I guess it's like the umbrella, they just took it away. And then like when I got to the last level, it was like, oh, it turns on again. It's kinda
Weird.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
I mean-
encounter many bugs in games, but like this one was, and you don't even know it's a bug because I thought I was doing something wrong. I thought
Yeah,
I didn't,
that's
I
what
thought
you
I didn't
gotta-
understand something.
And it's like one time a character was trapped, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I won this battle, and I just kept walking, you know. The last part with Uncle Phil, and I felt like it was a callback to Dragon's Lair. Stay with me. In that, like there were certain spots you had to stand as he was pulling the house down. It was like,
Yes.
oh, okay, stand in this lighted area. Oh, okay, stand in that lighted area. You know, it just.
What was the theme of the last chapter? I didn't get that far.
I don't know. I don't know if the theme. I couldn't explain what it
There
even
wasn't
was.
one.
There was no
It's
theme.
like
It
the
was just
mental
Mr. Infinite
institute
Legs.
that which Doctor Boy is that? Isn't that what it's heavily implying?
I couldn't even put a story together from this game.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
I don't
I
know.
mean-
And then there's supposed to be some impactful ending, and I was like, what does that even mean, or why do I care?
Yeah, so the kid, I guess there's a kid who's alone in some type of orphanage, and he writes and he colors with you the main character, but you're a doll when they show him. And like at the end you come alive and you're
Like the
turns
mask is
out
gone and he's got the
the
fro
mask is
hair
gone,
and
you're the guy, you're an afro. It's like, oh, okay. And you try to piece it together in your head. You're like, wait a second. If I
like
was there the whole time, is this like some type of Calvin and Hobbes thing? Like where the doll comes alive when nobody's around? Like I just didn't get it. I
see,
just was like,
when I mentioned Little Nightmares 1 and 2, you two both perked up and explained your passion about the story, what it meant, like how cool it was, and the big
yeah,
twist and the reveal in the Little Nightmares 2, where it was like, oh my gosh. And this did none of that. I don't
no,
even, I couldn't put together there was no theme between the bosses. There was no, I don't know. It just, and
The,
so I love this series so much. I was so excited to order the Super Ultimate Edition physically because that's what I do. And yeah, I spent $170 for the Spiral Edition, and then the game goes and disappoints me like that. I never spend that much for
oh yeah,
collection
what was
editions,
the
but
Spiral expansion? I saw that
so
because it
this
was
this is the thing that came in the Spiral Edition over the Mirrored Edition, and it's a GNOME controller holder, and I think
yeah.
it's amazing. I love it.
Which
I
you
do
only
stuff.
saw them twice, which
the
they're like
gnomes are
kind of
so cute. I
They
loved the
popped up all
gnomes.
the time in the other ones, but they only a
yeah,
couple
the other ones
times.
were like so, you know.
Well, there's one level where you're just kind of chasing them around. It's part of the level, and that's about it. But the other thing that came with the
Or
Spiral
eating them.
Edition is the two characters come as little action figure doll things, and they mount on a music box that plays the music from the game. And so the two things that came with the edition are cool. I love it, but the game,
Yeah.
boy, I just really am sad because this was one of my biggest hypes of the year.
And I don't even understand like what was the doll's uh reluctance to go into the mirror, the last mirror.
Oh, and they're trying to pull him away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
And
know.
yeah, nobody knows. And he goes in and now all of a sudden he's some kind of real boy with a life and he's trying to put the mirror back together. And you just fade into nothing on the
Credits
other
roll.
side. And
Yeah,
the
I mean,
credits roll. And I'm just like, okay.
whenever you transition from one mirror to another, like he is able to go through the mirror, but the other character, when she goes through, the mirror always breaks.
Right.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's like, so she isn't able to really traverse without him. And so
No.
it's it felt like the end of Monsters Inc., where he's basically putting the door back together so he can see
Yeah.
Boo one last time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, I'm 53 years old now. You need to leave me alone. This is not cool, Sully. I don't like this. You're making me uncomfortable.
This is weird. Yeah, this is
So,
weird now.
so from an objective perspective with no history, Chris, give us a summary on what you thought of watching the experience as a whole.
You know, I thought it was a cool game. Like, to be honest, my perspective on it, coming from nowhere, is it felt like it lived in a land between an indie smartphone game and like a full-blown console game. Like it was like it felt like that Inside game and like all those like
Yep.
to the
That's
right
what it's always
games where,
compared
like
to,
you're
yeah.
just a shadow character and you're getting away from the things. It felt like it's like, all right, let's throw some money into that concept, make it like have better graphics, a little bit more story, and that was about it. So like I don't know, it felt like it was like in a weird space for me. Like is it worth $40? I'd say that's the absolute max I would ever pay for it. It felt like an expensive smartphone game. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
bought the first Little Nightmares couples digitally for like under $5,
Yeah.
and and they were amazing, but it just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, the original studio that made one and two we talked about they're making a game called Reanimal,
yeah.
and it's a lot like what Little Nightmares was.
It looks
And
very similar, and it's a co-op type thing. Also, it's going to be
yeah,
a competitor. I think what they're going to do with this one is be like, look what we can still do, and look what you did.
yeah,
It's
I have
like
the demo.
it's
Demo
like
just put
Bungie
on Steam a
Studios
couple
doing
days ago.
Destiny or something like that.
Bungie.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's going to be really good. So pay
Yeah,
attention to Reanimal. Okay, so here's my overall some opinion on it. It's a 7 out of 10 game. Okay, I hated on it a lot because it disappointed me compared to the first two.
right.
But from Chris's perspective, it's still a game worth playing, right?
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Oh,
It's still
yeah.
worth playing. But I dropped it to a 6.5 because of the glitch that nearly made me quit the game. So that's my opinion on it. 6.5 out of 10.
I gave it 6 dad ties because it just wasn't what I was expecting. It was boring to me. It was like,
Yeah, I think it's in the 7 spot. I was really vibing with it. Like after, like I mentioned, and I felt the first chapter was a bit disappointing, a little tutorial handholdy. The second one felt more like Little Nightmares to me. And this game, like as I'm playing it, I'm like, what's the hate for this game? Because I was like having a good time
Yeah.
playing it and just vibing for a bit. And then I'm like, oh right, the problem is it's Little Nightmares 3, and there's 2 other games that are much better, and we're grading it on a curve.
That's the curve. Yeah, the curve is the
Yeah.
problem. We're comparing
Yeah.
it, and
But
standing on its own.
on its own merits, like Paul, and I would have totally reviewed a game like this, and we would have been like, it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that would be Paul's thing. Oh, yeah, it was good. I
Yeah.
liked it. Yeah, it was good.
It
I liked
was.
it.
It was.
Yeah,
It was
good. It was
okay.
good. I liked it. Yeah.
The sixth I'm giving it is generous because of the graphics and the background and the creepiness, and it's That's
I
the only reason.
found there was weird animation issues with the characters. Like they would like transition from ladders and stuff, like not smoothly or
Oh, the
elegantly.
controls were another.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the missed jumps because the timing has a delay and like not grabbing onto things when you know you're grabbing onto things and like yeah, the
I didn't
control.
play it, but it looked like there was issues with like depth perception, right? Like,
Oh,
That
there were
too.
some jumps that were
Oh, yeah.
hideous. Even the
Yeah.
guides I was looking at was like, yeah, these jumps suck because of the perspective on it. You couldn't tell with how foreground it was or how background it was, so
Yeah,
you missed your jump
yeah.
over and over and over until you luckily
Yeah.
got it.
Right.
God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm
Anyway.
getting madder than I should because play the game. It's actually a decent game, but it's just I'm mad because I love the series and this is where the direction it went. This is now it's owned by a new company and this is what happens when you sell it to a corporation from an indie perspective.
Yeah, I mean,
hate that
this
too,
is a money grab game. But as a sequel goes, it's
right.
disappointment. But as a game, it's
Sorry,
it's fine.
They made sure to include you can unlock every costume with the digital deluxe edition, or you can unlock it through the game by playing. But they made sure you can't unlock one of them without buying it.
Ah.
Only $3, but still they included that you can't get all the costumes unless you buy the last one.
And that's
Yeah.
where they get you.
The coolest cut of them all.
I feel that about sums it up. So, what about news, Paul?
Oh yeah. So let's talk about some news.
And now it's time for gaming news.
Thanks, Travis. So, who wants to get started? Because I have 3 Atari related.
I'll go last. I'm just going to talk about the recent releases and sales and all that.
Oh, okay. So, Atari announced something today that it has its own theme song that I found online. I'm going to introduce this like as if Atari was a wrestler, and we're just going to.
Oh my God, it scared me again. You gotta warn me with these sounds. Jesus.
Coming to the ring.
I hate this. I hate everything about this. Please stop the sensory issues.
All right, fine.
Jesus Christ. My autism. My fucking autism, man.
Coming to the ring is Atari. Yes, that's right, folks. Today, because they tease something like I feel like they're doing one thing a week, and they're coming out like last. What was the last time we spoke, guys? We spoke about the Nintendo Flashback handheld, the Atari handheld, and this time they have since purchased Intellivision, and they came out with an Intellivision console called the Intellivision Sprint.
God.
Sprint.
I don't know who wants this. I've already ranted about this plenty of times, but
It
it
looks
just
like the Intellivision, and it comes with 45 games with wireless controllers and all the overlays, and it's doing what Amiga didn't do.
Look, it's a sprint, not a marathon, because a sprint is all you can do with like this limited thing.
Go ahead and look it up, the Atari Intellivision Sprint.
I would play the only game I remember from Intellivision at my babysitter's house, some little penguin ice game, and that would be it. For 5 minutes, I'd play it and be like, well, that wasn't a good journey down memory lane, and that'd be over, and it'd be it.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Chris, you a retro fan?
He goes back to Nintendo like you.
You know what? It's like I like retro in theory. I like putting it as like on a shelf and going, wow, remember that? But then when I actually go to play the games, I'm like, these things are just impossible.
Not
to
good.
play.
That's
They're
why
really
I
not
quit.
that great.
That's why I quit
Yeah.
the retro playing.
Yeah, Yeah,
I got
I'm-
so pumped up.
I'm-
2021 is when I dove back into gaming, and I got so pumped up to relive my memories. And I went and got a giant 27-inch CRT that weighed 300 pounds.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I got a splitter so I could hook up my N64, my PS2, my GameCube, my PS1, all these different things. And then I started playing the games, and I'll tell you right now, N64 holds up the worst. That is shit, most of that stuff. PlayStation 1 has some gems. If they stick with sprites, it's still good. Like the old RPGs still hold up and stuff, but a lot of the games, they just don't age well. And you just realize it's just not fun in that style anymore. It's not fun to play games with those limitations anymore, in my opinion.
I dropped a
No,
link in the chat in
agree.
case anybody wants to go do some,
It's
researching.
funny, just talking about retro gaming. Like, I don't retro game that much anymore, but I just play modern games that have the retro aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah. And that's much more enjoyable.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
dig some of those. I said I don't like new retro stuff. That's the classification on it. Like I don't really enjoy them. But there's some of the best little indie games I played have been new retro style with incredible stories and these little pixel art things.
Yeah.
Have you guys played Animal Well? Because that game
They did. They reviewed
reviewed it, yeah,
They
we
reviewed it.
love
I didn't
that
want to.
game.
I didn't join in.
I love that game.
Ugh.
It was like an onion. Like it was just you peeled layer over layer. It looked simple at first.
It was too
awesome.
deep for me. That's why I was done with it. I got lost, confused, and it got too deep. So, but
Yeah,
everybody else loved it though. It's a well-known cult favorite.
I enjoyed it. I don't think Paul was really into it.
No,
That's
no,
so
no,
not a
words
Paul
in
game.
mouth.
That's not a
No.
Paul game.
Yeah, it doesn't explain anything to you at all.
Yeah, hate
It's
that.
Like
Hate
you
it.
have to find things out, and you're like, oh, why is that way? And then all of a sudden you go down a rabbit hole, and you're like, oh, this game is a lot more deep than I thought it was. It was fun.
sort of like the game. What was that? Firmament, Josh. Right?
Oh,
You
that
love
horrible
that one.
freaking game. Fantastic.
The creators of Myst came
Hey,
back.
they just put Myst and Riven on PS Plus. Go live your
Yeah,
fantasies out again. Go wander around those worlds that nobody knows what to do in.
Play that on.
You want to rage quit? Play Riven.
Or any of those games. I rage quit Firmament. It's stupid. You don't know what the hell to do. You just don't know. Like everybody I see talk about the old Myst games and stuff, they're like, "Yeah, I just wandered around the pretty world because I didn't have a clue what to do." Like that's it's not. It's maybe, and that's my wife's memory of it too. I brought it up and she's like, "Oh, I loved those. I never solved any of the puzzles, but I loved walking around the world."
There was a game that was made right before Myst that my sister and I were obsessed with called Labyrinth of Time. It's another CD-ROM game, but it was the puzzles were really interesting, and there was a lot of mazes and stuff, and so there was a lot of figuring crap out, and it felt much more deeply rewarding than Myst, which just felt completely opaque and completely there was nothing. It was just
Yeah.
But that's the one that got all the attention, right?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I thought it was a great game, but
always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I do have Myst on VR, and I played it exactly once, and I was like, "Wow, this
It's
is
pretty to look around
Yeah.
and then do nothing else.
Yeah,
So that was your
I,
news of the Intellivision release.
oh yeah. So in television Sprint, I have others. Nintendo is ramping up Switch 2 production, expecting
Yeah,
to smash
25 million
early
units
sales
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's expecting to smash early sales estimates. I guess they're, every time I go into Target or Walmart or anything around here, ever since the Switch 2 comes out, there's at least 5.
Yeah, they
that
were
you
in
can
stock on day
purchase.
one too.
Yeah,
they were
they-
sold out in my Target.
And it's
Everybody-
just like, all right.
And I
you
keep
know,
seeing,
like,
I see
they're there.
X updates where it's like in stock now, get yours. And I'm like, I can walk into the freaking store and get one. Why don't you need to pay
Yeah,
attention
like,
to
it
your
just
alert
kinda
update
like-
for restocks?
I know, no. And I just never really. Ugh. But the
But
only.
Chris has a 2, right?
I do have it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your take on it since you're the Nintendo guy?
I mean, hardware wise or software? I mean,
In
the
general,
hardware
I mean-
is, it's just an upgrade. It does everything a little bit better. Like I could take it or leave it as far as that goes, but the games are good. Donkey Kong Bonanza is awesome. Yeah, I don't.
Mario
It's
Kart
Nintendo.
World.
You either like it or you don't at this point, I guess.
But all this hype, and they've only got, I mean, they just released their third, like Pokemon is their third first party release in the months that it's been released. Like all they had was Mario World, Donkey Kong, and everything else is a bunch of third party stuff they're putting on key cards. And as a collector, key cards are disgusting.
Mhm.
Disgusting. And so I would have no desire. I played the shit out of my Switch handheld, but I never really played the first party games. First party Nintendo does nothing for me. But I still love the functionality of my Switch and taking it to bed with me and playing indie games in bed and all that kind of stuff. But when they announced everything's coming out on key cards and stuff, and then Switch 2 was just kind of underwhelming as a release in general, that's when I turned into a Nintendo hater. It kind of switched
So
switched
here's the
gears.
part. Here's the part where I'm going to take you down memory lane. And Chris and I, Christian background, we're going to talk about third-party releases. Why don't you tell them about that, Chris? How you weren't allowed to play real games?
Oh no.
No, you know what? My parents weren't that bad with that. There
No?
was a couple that they didn't let me play, but I did remember getting like the Noah's Ark Bible adventure game and stuff. Like, yeah,
That's worth so much now if
those
you have
were
that
like-
Nintendo cart.
yeah. They never even worked right because it was like ironically, like they weren't even licensed.
You're right. Yeah. So they were technically stealing.
Yeah,
as
they
a
were
Christian game.
Yeah, exactly. It was a pirated game about Christianity.
Yeah.
Nintendo's like, you need to pay us for the license, and it's like, we obey God and not men.
Yeah.
The only news outside of this that I have is that it was for Josh and it's Power Wash Simulator 2. Oh,
My anxiety game. It's the game that
If you-
calms my brain and shuts up all the thoughts.
yeah.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Watch the little psh, 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 psh.
Yeah,
You have
there's
that going. It is
There's
so
a game-
relaxing.
Everything is a
relaxing.
simulator. I thought those days were over with Roller Coaster Tycoon, but now everything's a simulator. I mean, there's pedestrian simulator.
Some of them are
There's-
weird as shit. They're not what they say they are. Like dishwashing simulator, not what it says it is. Check out, you guys. I'm not going to say anything. Dishwashing simulator is absolutely nothing like you think it is. But check
Okay.
it out on Steam.
Will do.
No, I meant the listeners. I don't care about you people.
I mean, like, if judging how I do the dishes, I would imagine it's like a psychological horror game
Exactly.
Where
Psychological
you're like-
horror. Yeah.
where you're
yeah.
like, I'm just trying to do the dishes, and then suddenly it's like, I need something.
Yeah.
It's like you're being distracted all
It's
the time.
weirder than you can. It's weirder than you can expect. It actually
Yeah.
really surprised me. Somebody told me I had to play it. And I think they gifted it to me. They actually bought it for me, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
The only way I
weird.
would play this game is if it was done right, and it has to be like a Greek restaurant in Soho, and he's just yelling at you constantly in Greek. You know, just like, plates, I need plates.
But I'm excited for Power Wash because really it's just relaxing. Like you have a stressful day, like I don't want to pay attention to a game. Like we've all been too stressed out to actually turn on a game, right? It's different with Power Wash. You turn it on and it's a de-stressor. Like just washing things cleanly off of siding of houses and things, and I don't know, it just really is satisfying as a
It did capture my attention, and it gave you like little, like every time you clean the section of the house, it was like a little reward. It was like
the ding. The ding.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
the dopamine
ding.
ding. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
'cause
good
you-
bar reward, my Pavlov response. You finish I'll cheer. Like I've streamed it before because you can play co-op with buddies and you get that little ding and like I'll get a multi-dinger. I'm just like, oh God, yes, that is it right there,
Oh.
multi-dinger.
Just put it in my veins. Josh, are you familiar? Are you familiar with Drain Sim? Have you heard
Drain
about this?
sim sounds horrible. You get clogs?
You are like a city plumber, and you have to like deal with like water, like you have to fix like fire hydrants and stuff, and like do all these like different water things. That's really helpful, right? So there's each mission you have to decide which tools you take to fix like generators and electric tools. You've got to get like your lighting all set up. There's like all this different like water effects. You've got to like deal with like buckets and like make
That
sure
sounds
things aren't
complex.
flooding.
That's too complex.
I don't know.
I still say the best sim I've ever played though is what you and I played, Arcade Paradise.
That was a great game.
Sim Laundry and Sim Arcade. That was fantastically fun.
with
and I
with a sweet little story.
with a cool story
That's a-
too. And
yeah,
I've
that's
meant to
a
go
little
back to it since we played it because I have so much more I want to do with it. And I just always forget. It's on PS Plus if you guys want to play it. Arcade Paradise.
Explain it to everybody.
You run a laundry that pays for you running a arcade. The laundry is some menial stuff you have to do in the beginning. There's a special code if you know the Konami code and you want to play Arcade Paradise. Pop that Konami code in the beginning. You won't have to worry about laundry and you can just play with your arcade. But you build it, you grow it, you get pinball, you get DDR, and you play these games. The more you play your own games, the more they level up. The more things you get. It's addictive. It's so addictive. So Arcade Paradise, best sim I've played.
Does anybody else have news?
No, I was going to talk about the plumbing game. And I
Oh,
mentioned it
okay.
already because that's showing up on people's. I have a friend who only gets recommended games like this where it's like figure out all of these municipal pipelines right now, and he's like, "Why was this recommended to me?" And I looked at it and I was like, "I wonder if Josh would like this."
It just sounds complex. If I have too many things going on in a game, I can't. The ADHD just, yeah, I give up.
I
Deal
understand.
with union bosses on a regular
Yeah.
and just make negotiable deals that only benefit the union.
Hey, hold on a second. Disco Elysium was a good game, Paul.
Chris, what's news in your gaming world?
Uh, the news in my gaming world is I'm mired down in college applications for my daughter. So,
Oh,
yeah,
That's-
no, I don't have any news.
Oh man, college. What's that?
all I had
School
for
archies,
news.
we're not a bright group, so we just. But I will say that my daughter was selected to compete in the Battle of the Burger of Temecula. And,
Nice.
she gets to compete with other people, which they had to make an exception for because she had to get sponsored because she's only 16, and it's
Oh, wow.
held in a casino, so she can't go in. But she had
She's
to
gonna
get,
go
like,
make a burger? Is that what it
yeah,
is?
so it's burgers and loaded fries, and it's whoever makes the best.
Wow.
It's,
Yeah,
and
it's funny. I
got
showed them my
selected for that.
burgers in chat earlier. I just
Yeah,
threw
yeah,
some
yeah.
random burgers in there. I love making killer burgers.
So we're waiting
I
for
should
that
enter
to
that
happen
shit.
tomorrow. Yeah. But she got sponsored by the school, and everybody's blah blah blah. She was on the news. Yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
That's
Good for
real
her.
news, Paul.
Hmm.
Dang,
That is some good
congratulations.
news. That's fantastic. The only news I was going to talk about is game releases. We had two big releases. Ghost of Yotai came out, and there was a whole social movement or whatever. They were going to try and because the cool thing is to, what's the word I'm looking for? Boycott everything. So that's the cool thing right
Oh.
now. I don't like something, boycott it. Well, they were throwing a tantrum about the way the woman looked in it, the fact she had made some comments about some political things, and so there was this huge boycott. We're gonna get this game no sales, and all the Xbox fanboys were chipping in. This is my news comes from being in social media on X because I get to see all the gamers interacting. It's a shit show. I don't recommend it.
Right.
But yeah, there was a lot of hatred towards this woman in Ghost of Yotai. It turned out they sold 2 million copies. So
Yeah.
it did fine on its release. There's still people out there trying to shit all over it. It is more of the same, which is perfectly fine. I don't care. I didn't need them to reimagine the open world game. I just wanted something more like Ghost of Yotai or Ghost of Tsushima with a new story. And that's what they gave me. They made some variations on the fighting and stuff that gets some new mechanics in it, new things to explore in the world. It's great. It's fantastic. So all this hate on it is totally uncalled for and ridiculous, and it's over stupid shit. That's just my opinion.
I saw the meme where they had a comparison of like what the fanboys wanted. of
Oh
the
yeah, where it's big
protagonist.
titty makeup
Yeah.
geisha girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
compared to
yeah.
an actual warrior. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they're looking for.
Where
They want
where it's just like she needs to pay for the reduction surgery or her back is going to break.
right. Just needs big old titties. Like that's
That's
because
the plot.
told
That's
you.
the plot of the game. It's like
yeah.
I only have 200 yen. I need 16,000 yen, or my back will break. I need to do assassinations.
Traveling the world for a breast reduction.
There was a game. There was a game on PC a while back that I absolutely loved, and it was called Movies. I don't know if anybody remembers this game.
I think you
But-
told me about it.
It was
The
a movie.
movies, like where you produce movies and stuff.
Yeah, it was a movie simulator,
Mhm.
and you got like a lot, like a Hollywood lot, and you had to build up this movie studio, and then you had to like hire people, and then it would get funnier as it went along because there would be so much drama, and then you'd have to have a Scarlet, so you like give her like boob surgery, but then when she turned 50, she had to have reduction because her back hurts.
Well, that's
Like, it was
detail
like-
oriented. That's detail oriented.
It was just funny things you didn't think of when you built this backlot studio,
Yeah.
But it's gone.
No, it's funny. That game was made by Lionhead Studios. That was like the Peter Molyneux stuff, like the guy who did Fable and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
it was
They
fun.
should
but
do
it
a
just never
sequel
gets-
where you get Me Too'd.
You-
This director's getting arrested.
The Me Too edition.
Yeah. So guys, just keep hitting X to deny the allegations as long as you can. That's the trick.
It wasn't me. I wasn't there. It didn't happen that way.
She's lying. Just keep saying she's lying.
Don't believe
oh God.
her.
Oh no. Oh shoot. Okay, if you got hard mode, Ronan Farrow gets unlocked, and he's gonna write like a 700-page article about it. This is tough. You're gonna need to be really precise with those dodges right now, guys.
The other release I had that was big this week, and I actually bought it. I said I was going to buy it at the end of the last podcast, was Battlefield 6, and I haven't touched an FPS since 360 days when playing Battlefield 3 and Bad Company. I haven't got to jump into the online multiplayer yet, but this game, this powerhouse, sold 7 million copies since it came out last week. And it is EA's biggest launch ever. The only thing that's a little weird is EA just sold out and went privatized with Saudi Arabia, and now they have control of Battlefield and a few other things that are going on.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting Battlefield 7, huh?
Right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're playing as a Saudi Arabian attacking the U.S. and you're like, what's going on here? They did an update? This is an update?
We've landed here in Laredo, Texas.
We're building a base in Idaho. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This doesn't seem right.
We're like, I don't know, sir. I don't know. We've landed in a place called Detroit. Man, these guys got it hard. What's going on here? I think we should just go to the next town.
So I haven't done the online multiplayer. I'm supposed to play it tomorrow with some friends. I know it'll be fun. I didn't even play the beta. It's just it's a return to old school Battlefield before they apparently ruined it with the last 3 releases. And I'd say the campaign is pretty mediocre, but the shooting feels good. Everything feels tight. Everything's moving great. I'm getting my movement back because I literally, it's been 15 years since I played an FPS, so I'm going to go out there and get shot in the head repeatedly. I know it's going to happen, so we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, broke records, every record for EA and all that kind of stuff. So good release on both those games this last week.
Congratulations,
Right.
EA, and congratulations, Saudi,
Naughty Dog,
the House of Saud, on their purchase.
Good job. Yeah. Well,
It's gonna be so funny if like EA's disappointed if they get like Josh or like, look, I bought EA, I got the special edition one, and I'm just so disappointed with the games.
All of a sudden, I don't exist the next day. I'm taken out, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it'd be like, I don't know. So
It comes inside of a 747.
Sure, we'll fly you one right over.
Oh gosh.
All right, guys, it was a lot of fun.
Well, that was it.
Fun.
This was a lot of fun. What are we next week? We're doing
Silent Hill F. I'm halfway. No, I'm a little more than. I'm like 60% of the way done with it. And if you guys find me on Twitch, Gosh Josh Games with a Z, you can watch me scream like a girl repeatedly. It is really my shrieks are all being uploaded to TikTok, Gosh Josh Games with an S as well, or Z as well, and it keeps getting me. And you say you're not getting jump scared at any of it, Paul?
Not yet.
Oh my God!
I mean,
like this shit creeps up on you, just jumps out at you. You don't scream like a girl?
He has 4 daughters, Josh.
He's constantly used to women, and yeah, it's a lot of these women creatures too. It's all he's used to women
that's
jumping
it.
out at him.
Don't cry for me. I'm already dead.
So yeah, Silent Hill F next week. It'll be good fun.
So if you want to listen to Josh and I bicker like a 40-year-old married couple, just head on over to X and I'm at Dad's Game Review. Do you guys want to blast your names on here to tell people where to comment or get yelled at
if
about your
you want to
opinions?
see like my dead accounts, you can follow me on Threads. I'm Blade Sword with an E at the end. And then John Everson D20 on
MySpace?
the Everything app. Yeah.
MySpace and Friendster.
Yeah, I don't know if people actually use Threads, but I went ahead and decided to start making an effort on there again in the last 2 days. So I'm Gosh Josh Games with an S on there too. And if I don't think people actually use it. It's such a weird ass social media compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's just a bunch of engagement bait and like girls showing off their goodies, being like, no one pays attention to me. I'm like, what's wrong? I don't know. It's weird, but I'm trying to use Threads to reach more people and make some new friends because things are kind of stagnant right now. So if you're on Threads, add me.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the idea of like no one pays attention to me, and you're like, well, you know what you should do? You should play Battlefield 6. It's really
Damn straight. Then I'd talk to you. I'm more interested in that than you letting your goods hang out. Let's talk about video games, girl. All right. We'll see you next week.
Yep, that sounds like a wrap. Thanks, Chris, for
Thanks,
coming
Chris
on.
and John, for coming
Yeah,
on.
thanks for having me.
it was good to finally meet you, Chris.
Yeah.
And wow. So many dads. Oops, all dads.
Is that me? Not me. No.
Well, you're a dog dad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right,
my
yeah.
toddler's running around here somewhere.
That's good.
All right, y'all. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, guys.
Take care.